A couple of years ago, my students would be very excited if I have a laptop with me. They would ask, "Sir, are we going to watch a video today? Are we going to play games?" It was those moments that made me realize the impact of technology in the science classroom. It was those moments that made me realize the increasing importance of technology in the teaching learning process. Hi, my name is John Darnell B. Balbastro. You can call me Sir John. I'm a public secondary school teacher in the Philippines with experience in handling learners both from the advantaged city schools and learners from the geographically challenged island school. And today, I am going to help you understand the roles of technology in the science classroom. I am going to show you an overview of how the Philippine science classrooms adapted to the new normal and will make you reflect how you use technology in science teaching. I am extremely excited to give you an opportunity to decide how you will use technology more often given the current situation that we have in our educational systems. Reality check. Accessibility and availability has always been a challenge in the Philippines. Nevertheless, I remember every time I would introduce a new app to my biology class or I would present an interactive video, my students would be always very attentive. It was like their attention and curiosity are always stimulated every time there is technology in the class. This is in fact the reality in San Miguel National High School, an island school in the Philippines where students don't all have the access to technology. More to that, the COVID-19 pandemic posed a real challenge on education continuity here in the Philippines. That is why the Department of Education or DepEd resorted to distance learning in which instructors and students are physically separated and technology facilitates student-student and student-instructor interactions. As DepEd implements distance learning, we must ensure that the right technology tools are in place to best support learning. Moreover, schools then were faced with the challenge of accessibility and availability. So, what roles does technology play in the science classroom? According to Stosic 2015, there are three domains of educational technology. That is, technology as a tutor, technology as a teaching tool, and technology as a learning tool. What is technology as a tutor? Together with a teacher, technology can support the teacher to teach a student. Technology, when programmed by the teacher, can be a tutor on its own. So it's like when the teacher is not around, he or she can make a video or create any technology which he can share to the class or to a particular student in his or her absence. What is technology as a teaching tool? Technology is a tool. It is like a handyman which is there to be reached. Like any other tool, it is being used to facilitate and lighten the work of a teacher. But like a tutor, technology as a teaching tool can never replace a teacher. Lastly, technology is also an effective tool for learning. As a learning tool, it makes learning easy and effective. So technology can also be a tool for students to learn independently. It is a learning tool. Technology is also used to promote communication. With the advent of messaging apps, social media platforms, and other communication technologies, there is easier communication among students and teachers. Because students are supposed to stay at home, the internet and cellular networks have paved the ways to deliver consultations, assistance, and lessons to science classes. Technology also served as a bridge connecting school and students. Advanced technologies such as software and hardware that enable modern teaching methods allow students to have access to numerous digital and educational resources that facilitate mutual cooperation and make it easier to master the teaching materials. Technology in different ways allows schools to communicate policies and methods for effective learning. On the other hand, technology can help the school cater the learning needs of 21st century learners so that learning can be pictorial, entertaining, relatable, captivating, and not redundant. In the past, students spent a large part of their time searching for information. Nowadays, the search for information is digitized and practically everything can be found on the internet. Instead of going to the library, students can find the desired content on Google or any other search engine. This way, The learning environment becomes an online environment that provides information in all possible formats, such as text, audio, video, photographs, infographics, and the like. Thus, students get a better understanding of the teaching material that enables better learning in line with the standards of the 21st century skills. Another one is what we call edutainment. What is edutainment? Edutainment, both inside and outside the classroom, helps to make learning fun. American illustrator Peter Catalanotto coined the term in the 1990s while teaching students about writing and illustration. The practice of combining education and entertainment became widespread in the United States after John Dewey, a philosopher and educator, encouraged experimental, engaging methods of teaching to promote student excitement in learning. Today, teachers use novels, movies, interactive museums, board games, and toys to teach a specific subject or lesson. In science, there is a wide variety of applications, technologies, and other ways in order for us to provide both education and entertainment. So, what exactly does technology have to do with science education? Beyond the fact that technology is both a process and a result of science, technological developments provide the tools used in many forms of scientific study and experimentation. The science classroom provides a perfect environment to help students develop the technological knowledge and skills they will need for the rest of their lives. Aside from that, many assistive technologies have been invented and are now used to help students with disabilities in the inclusive classroom. In addition, a key beneficial aspect of digital learning is interactivity. Technology can also provide many opportunities for students and teachers to collaborate. Lastly, assessing student understanding in science learning is important for teachers who must determine where their students are and figure out how to design learning experiences to deepen their knowledge even more. So the bigger context is, how does the Philippines adapt to the new normal? What are the innovations implemented to support the development of technology in the classrooms? Let's watch this.
As we face the command of rapid development in technological innovation in the world, the Philippines' preparedness in advancement of its physical facilities, infrastructure, and soft skills are given focus, especially with the empowerment of teachers' capacity and capability, not only in pedagogical aspects of teaching, but the confidence in delivering instruction with the use of information and communications technology. The task of the Educational Technology Unit is to promote and solidify the innovation and digitization projects that will support the requirements of the K-12 curriculum in delivering quality, accessible, relevant, and liberating education for all. It targets different components and facets of skills development, which will enable the technological advancement of the infrastructure of DepEd. This is supplemented with empowerment training programs in emerging technologies for public school teachers. The programs of the EdTech unit target the emerging pedagogies focused on open educational resources, robotics and mechatronics, coding and programming, virtual reality and augmented reality in education, mobile application development, Internet of Things, and the productivity tools for learning, which includes Microsoft Office 365, Google Apps for Education, and the different Adobe software tools. In addition, the maneuver of in-house applications such as the DepEd Commons and the DepEd Learning Management System is under the flagship of the EdTech unit. The supervision of DepEd TV in ensuring world-class produced video lessons is another task of the office. Lastly, the conduct of free online tutorial session, coined with the term eTulay, is a bridging program to support learners and parents in answering the self-learning modules pioneered with the initiative of the ICTS EdTech Unit.
The Philippines has accepted the challenge. How about us? Let us reflect on how we use technology inside our science classrooms. Do we use it as a tutor, a teaching tool, or a learning tool? Is it assistive? Does it create a scientific environment for the learners? Do we use technology for entertainment? In shaping a new normal with technology, there are actually five factors to consider. Number one, a blended approach or the proper transition from a traditional classroom to a technological classroom. You should also consider giving support for teachers. A framework to guide the technology integration is also very important. Another thing is considering partnership and equity. That is the relationship between the school and the community, and also the proper intervention from the government. Lastly, we should also consider the reconceptualization of learning. We should remember that it is time to rethink our task as practitioners and researchers in digital education, not viewing ourselves as the brokers of transformation or harnessers of technological power, but rather as critical protagonists in wider debates on the new forms of education, subjectivity, society, and culture worked through by contemporary technological change. I hope you learned something today. This is Sir John. Thank you.